Cyber governance is absolutely a board-level issue. The board sets the cybersecurity tone and direction. Target was a wake-up call when a number of the boards of directors were recommended for ouster following the Target breach. There's also been warnings by the SEC that boards need to be very much plugged in and aware of the cybersecurity risks that are present for a particular company. Cybersecurity is a fundamental risk issue for the company. There's case law, but it provides only scant direction regarding cybersecurity management. We expect to see more and more as this issue evolves. Boards typically do delegate oversight responsibilities to committees, but ultimately it's the full board that retains overall responsibility. Communication with management is critical for effective cybersecurity governance. So it's not enough for the CEO and his or her peers at the executive level to be thinking about the cybersecurity issues, or just for the board to be discussing these and putting cybersecurity on the agenda. There has got to be communication across these two bands of leadership, and information sharing is something, for example, that may be contemplated in a company's incident response plan. It also may be that the board or members of the board are invited to the tabletop exercise that we talked about with in the preparedness context. All of these activities, all of these ways of engaging with the board are key even before a breach occurs to ensure that the appropriate channels are open and communication can be effective if and when an incident arises. There is liability for a board, and we've seen this with a number of recent shareholder derivative actions, most recently with Yahoo, with Home Depot, and with Wyndham. For Yahoo, in February, a group of Yahoo shareholders filed a derivative complaint claiming the company breached its fiduciary duty by failing to properly alert consumers that nearly over 1 billion of its users' data was stolen by hackers, which was disclosed in December of 2016. In Home Depot, in November 2016, shareholders brought suit against the company and 3 current and former officers of Home Depot, including the chairman of the board, the CEO, executive vice president, the CIO, and a number of former and current members of the boards of directors. In Wyndham, the Wyndham decision from October 2014 originally made headlines because it was one of the first judicial opinions to arise from a shareholder lawsuit against a public company that suffered a data breach. Although shareholder derivative suits following the breaches have not resulted in any high-profile successes to date, it's important to note that the defense costs and the nature of the attacks on officers and directors and the unfavorable publicity that may arise following these types of suits really do pose substantial risks to breached companies. And these lawsuits do not appear to be going away anytime soon, as the plaintiffs' bar has become even more creative and more active as these breaches become more and more common. With respect to cyber oversight at the board level, just some key takeaways. Boards absolutely should understand the current threat environment and the company's crown jewels, so the most sensitive data that the company maintains. Where is that maintained? Where is it stored? How is it protected? Is it siphoned off from the rest of the environment? Boards should also receive routine updates on cybersecurity projects, priorities, budgets, and overall performance. Boards should receive benchmarking reports on how the company's security practices compare to other companies. Boards should approve the information security program annually, as well as following critical security initiatives. Boards should also ensure that appropriate outside experts are on board. More and more we're seeing that boards will have a member, with a particular expertise in cybersecurity join the board. And often subcommittees, like cyber risk subcommittees, are formed to really hone in on these issues and form the expertise for the larger board. Boards should also provide management with cyber guidance and direction, and boards should hold management accountable by reviewing the effectiveness of management's actions and probing its cyber-related risk management decisions.